Hello, beautiful people. So, I want to take a few moments and talk about pelvic tilt and back pain, lower back pain specifically. It seems to be something that a lot of women struggle with, and it's a really common occurrence that I see keep happening. So, I would say probably about 80% of the population has an anterior pelvic tilt, which means that your pelvis is tipped so that it rotates backwards a little bit, giving you an accentuated C-curve of that lumbar spine. So, I mean, we're supposed to be shaped like that, right? But the tightness of that lower back really accentuates that lumbar curve. So I'm going to show you here what exactly I'm talking about. So if we're standing, as most of us stand, I'm going to lift this up so you can see. All right, you can see how my lower back curves in a little bit here. That's perfectly normal. That's how our spine is supposed to be. The problem is that the hip flexors become tight. They become tight. The hip flexors are here. It's a psoas muscle. It attaches inside here, inside the quad, and it goes up along the inside of your leg and attaches into the inside of the abdominal cavity. Hold your leg on, kind of useful muscle, but it does get over tight. And as it gets tighter and tighter, it gets weaker. So not only is it like sucking at being in a little knot here, it's also really weak. So what it does is it tightens and tightens and tightens, and it pulls. See how it pulls your pelvis forwards? And then it overaccentuates that curve in the lower spine, which sticks your butt out and makes you have kind of this like sway back look going on. And for most of us, we don't notice pain or anything. It's kind of manifested more as like a pressure in the lower back, and it's relieved sometimes. We'll notice it when we change positions from sitting to standing, etc. But the problem is with this is this gets tighter and tighter, and we don't do anything about it. And sitting, commuting, desk jobs, long periods of inactivity where we're sitting, just tighten this further and exaggerate this problem. But as it gets tighter and tighter, what it does is it pulls you forward. These get really tight, and then they get all cramped and used to being in this position. As it rotates you backwards like that, this part of your core, this front part, the lower core, the problem area that most women have, gets stretched out and weak. Weak, honestly, to the point where like it can be really, really hard to have that mental connection between the brain and activating these lower core pelvic floor muscles. So, also, if you are squatting with your pelvis tilted forwards, this is what happens. Do you see that? I can't even do it properly anymore. But see how far back this is curved? You have a curve here, you're leaning forward, this is all bad. So to fix it is posture. I can move the camera. But anyhow, so to fix it, what you want to do is tuck the tailbone, and you immediately feel length along the hip flexors, sorry. And you'll feel that there's less pressure here on the lower back. So allowing these muscles to lengthen and relax from their cramped up constant state. You'll also notice as you tip the pelvis forwards, the lower core muscles should feel like they're starting to want to engage. So that's something you can just practice all the time. I'm going to show you here on the wall. Let's hope it catches the angle properly. So if you walk up to a wall, hang on. If you go up to a wall and place your feet against the wall, and then take your shoulders and your back, and if you have a large space back here, you've got that sway back going on, so tuck it and get as close as you can. I can only get my hand this time, not my whole arm. And again, then that's rolling the shoulders back, getting you nice in alignment. You should have your ears stacked on top of your shoulder, and then your shoulders in line with your hip, and your hip is in line with your ankle. Proper neutral position. So helping to retrain those postural muscles, you can do that wall test several times a day, and that'll really help. So, I wanted to show you here where my shirt's up. Going back to our squat. If you go into your squat and you tuck that tailbone, look what happens to your squat. Do you see how nice my back is? Do you see I'm not leaned forwards? Straight up and down, sitting in your imaginary chair. It's a huge difference. And then you want to bring it straight up. Your tailbone should still be tucked, and here. And that allows you also to engage the muscles of the lower core and use them to assist you in the squat instead of just blowing your core out, pressing it out like so many people do. All right, so questions, comments, drop them. Hey, Shauna, how are you? But anyhow, questions, comments, please drop them. Please let me know what you think. How's everybody doing on their wall test? Things like that. Go ahead and comment. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.